Hi, this is Leslie Householder. I am the author of the Jackrabbit Factor, and I want to tell you how cheating on a test altered the course of my life forever. When I was in the 6th grade, my teacher said we could skip pre-algebra if we achieved 70% on the end-of-year math placement test. Shoot, I thought, who wouldn't want to skip a whole year of math? During the test, I was seated next to a student who was better at math than I was, and even though I really wanted to do the right thing, the temptation to skip a whole year of math was just too much. When it was over, I turned in my test. My friend, well, she only scored 69%. And of course, so did I. But because my teacher believed I could rise to the challenge, she passed me, even though I was 1 point shy. I was relieved, and I looked forward to skipping pre-algebra, but I had no idea what I was in for. From that moment on, math became my toughest subject, and I learned to despise it, because no matter how much effort I put forth, my grades never reflected that effort. So when I found out in high school that if I could just pass the AP math test, I could get enough college credit and I wouldn't have to take a stitch of math in college, I was all over that. That was my obsession. I wanted out of math. But because my scores in math were always lower than every other subject, chances were I'd probably fail the test. But that didn't stop me from trying. It finally arrived, and I held it in my hands, and I stood in the doorway, and I was shaking, and I just couldn't bear the thought that I had gone through all that extra work and all those extra classes for nothing, and it just terrified me to open that letter. I searched for the score, and there it was. I didn't just pass it. I got a perfect score. My knees buckled. Tears filled my eyes, and I collapsed to the floor sobbing. That moment had such an impact on me that I can't give this up. I can't stop now. I have to teach. You know, I really learned to love math and appreciate its power. It's a beautiful thing. It's behind everything from astronomy to physics to biology, even computer-generated images. You know, just because it's amazing and powerful and awe-inspiring what you can do with math, it doesn't mean that just anybody is going to be able to duplicate what someone else has done with it. Obviously, there are going to be gaps in someone's understanding that need to be identified and filled before they can do what someone else has done with it. I had this notion that my husband and I could be stay-at-home parents, that we could be independently wealthy. This path for us was kind of like cheating on a placement test and jumping right into an advanced concept. We were excited about the possibilities, but without the right foundation, we had no idea what we were in for. We attended more than 100 seminars. We spent grocery money on seminars. We spent money we didn't have on seminars. Personal development, business development. You know, I think it was my combination of high expectations without the proper foundation that just left me angry and frustrated. I wanted out. I was done with seminars. But I did consent to go to just one more, and thankfully, that was the one that filled in one of those final gaps that we had in our understanding. And we were able to take what we had learned and triple our income in 3 months, and move into a house that took my breath away. You know, this had such a powerful impact on me that I couldn't leave it alone. I couldn't stop there. I had to teach what we had learned because, again, I thought, you know, how much more valuable is it to have a teacher who can teach these principles from a place of having struggled with them and conquered. I would much rather learn from somebody who has struggled and is willing to admit that and is willing to show that side of them, the weaker side, that helps them identify the gaps that their students may have. It's really hard for a brilliant teacher in a topic to even know what gaps exist if they've never experienced them themselves. Like math, the law of attraction and the other success principles are beautiful. They're powerful and they're real. It's the power behind every success story, every marriage, every new home, every family success, every business breakthrough has its roots in these principles. But just because it's amazing and beautiful and powerful, it doesn't mean that just anyone can take the concept and do the same thing with it that someone else has done. There are gaps that need to be identified and filled. That's where the School of Life Mastery comes in. Just like each math idea is not the end-all math concept, neither is the law of attraction the end-all success principle. There's more beyond it, but you have to get good at that. You have to see it work in your life. You have to have a handle on that before you're ready to go beyond it. It's an exciting journey. Discover your soul purpose, those untapped skills and abilities that you were born with that you can profit from. Discover how to live these principles when you're with a spouse that doesn't think like you do. Discover how to take these principles and help your children grow up without that scarcity mentality. You're in for the best year you've ever had. Get started right now. I look forward to hearing your story.